Gamers, it is time. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, it was an accidentally very short stream, but we got the best news in the world that Eggplant lives. That's basically all we had time for. And they beat around the bush for it, too. They took so damn long to tell us. I was like, oh my god, I want to strangle everybody. Just say something. Because we were talking, we woke up, and Miharu was there, and we were talking with her, and she just took the longest to say that, like, I don't know, she didn't want to look into it because she was scared. And I was like, yeah, okay. Like, somebody look into that shit. Come on now.
Yeah, I was here. You're bullshit too. Anyways.
No, literally. But yeah, we went to school. She was alive. We fucking tackled her and was hugging her and crying her. We were like, just let me stay like this a little bit longer. And everyone's like, oh my god, they're gay. And it's just like, well, even Eggplant was like, and like Miharu's like, I'll allow it. And and Eggplant was like, she's allowing it. And we're all just like, I don't know what's happening anymore. It doesn't matter. And now she's here. Hi, welcome to my humble abode.
Hold on.
For sure.
I want to see if it's picking up on the thing. Okay, it is. Anyways, yeah. So she's alive. Hallelujah, I guess.
She is. Yeah, and as far as we can tell, she doesn't remember dying, so she doesn't know why we were freaking out. But if she has a brain cell, she can probably figure it out. Because apparently she's smarter than we thought.
I think if he give her some context clues, he'll probably figure it out. Maybe this is where we're having our talk, because this happens literally right after the hug, so who knows? We don't know. We're about to find out. Anyways.
Right. I mean, we did say some stuff that I think, because she was like, when they were hugging, she's like, thank you for being alive, or whatever, which I think is the biggest hint anybody could give, truly. So we'll see.
I'm like, you know something I don't?
No, literally.
You're here, unfortunately. Okay.
Miharu and Naomi come to Lionhouse after school.
Okay, if you're gonna both come, which I thought it was just Eggplant, but I guess you're here. Why not bring Mao too? Why the hell?
Because she's not involved. We're not allowed to have best girls, Smudge. After I looked into it, turns out I closed the store for the week due to my being ill. I made sure to tell my gran and that I'd be open as usual starting tomorrow. Were you checking what day of the week it was?
No, I can't see my effing mouse.
Oh.
Whenever
and Naomi.
Whenever I slide into the game, it doesn't show me where my mouse is, so I have no idea where I am.
Oh no.
Whatever. It's fine.
Miharu and Naomi saunter over to our usual table. Once there, I sit down next to Miharu. The reason for them both being here is obvious. We're going to fill Naomi in on everything.
So you died.
God! We're gonna fucking tell her.
So you Lord. Died. Anyways.
It was traumatic. Even Miharu cried. I wasn't sure how much I should tell her at first, but I think it's best if we reveal everything. It's entirely possible that things could repeat themselves if I keep certain things from her.
I'm sure he picked up on it.
There's no way I can keep this from her. Naomi seems to understand that too.
Mm. 私が覚えているのは文化祭の前日公園で凛花先輩と二人きりで話して二人きりで
Okay.
The way she said that, like
I know her tone.
二人きりで
It's like calm down.
It's like the fast and curt, like, huh? So it's just the two of you, huh? It's like, what? Leave it alone.
Like, calm down. Jesus Christ.
Naomi gives Miharu a panicked look of apology before turning her attention back to me.
So 文化祭の日にゆうくんの姿を見つけて 追いかけた先の教室で
Oh, she does remember.
爆発に巻き込まれたの
No
を
shit.
覚えているんです
Oh, that's fucked up.
They could probably... They can't... I don't think they can erase everything because of how... Because remember, the only reason she was there is because she was following you. And she knew you was a participant, so it's like they can't alter her memory that much.
But in this timeline, you would have never existed for her. The fact that she even remembers you or his name is already crazy. Because in this timeline, he died.
At the start, I know it's crazy because I think it's one of those situations they have to have her in that location because remember they still said that they can't change everything.
It
They
caught
had
fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
The school caught fire and she was there. But she
And-
was unharmed.
because certain things have to happen, like the school closing down for a week, her not being opening the store for a week, but that changed to she was sick. Like it's not, they can't rewrite everything, so. And given how much she knows about divine selection, I don't think they can. Maybe if a normal person knows
Right,
enough,
because she has her original memories from how they died the first time anyway.
She
Sort
has
of.
them as
She remembers the
dream.
train on fire.
yeah, she has this stream.
So I think she's either different in general or like she's the best example of what we have of how they change the timeline, but the people who know remember but get gaslit into thinking that that's not actually what happened and their memories are wrong because the rest of the world's like, no, that's not what happened.
I think maybe this is in their in-universe explaining things like deja vu and the Mandela effect too, maybe.
Sure. That's a good way of putting that, actually.
その後の私の記憶は意識を失って病院で目を覚ましたってところから始まります。熱中症のような症状で目立った外傷はなし。
That's so fucked that she remembers dying, but she woke up.
She said she remembers just following you and then caught up in the explosion. So from there, where the blast happened, I think her memory's cut. She doesn't remember interacting with you or being strangled by him.
Right. That's
奇跡が
crazy.
起こったって思いました。でもなぜかおかしいんです。そこからの記憶が曖昧で
Oh god.
休校になっている間に本を読んだり遊んだりしてたはずなのにあんまり覚えてなくって、その間に読んだ本も手帳に書いてあるんですけど内容をあんまり覚えていないんです。
Wow.
そして何より夢を見るんです。ゴールデンウィーク直前、リンカ先輩が
Oh.
死んじゃうよ。
Oh.
同じくらいの現実感で私がユウくんに殺される夢を
Dude, even Miharu looks fucked up. That's gonna fucking wreck me, bro.
I think
Miharu hates this bitch and she's still like, damn. I can't believe you remember getting fucking strangled to death after you exploded. Fuck.
それが本当に見た夢か夢を見たように思っているだけなのかわからないんです。
Oh, who's gonna tell her, chat?
ナオミはそれがどういう意味か分かってるんだね。はい、
Damn.
私はその時死んでしまっていたんですね。そして
Oh, bro.
犯人はユウくんだ。 リュウ君が脱落した後、選定期間中の行動はなかったことになった。だから私を殺した彼の行動もなかったことに。
It's crazy because it kind of shows that divine selection isn't perfect. Sure, they made 12 people come back to life and now like her back to life and stuff like that, but they can't. It's not always perfect because there are some things they have to make sure that still happen, and they have to like rework so many things because like they said they had to rework it so that you died, but Rinka didn't.
Naomi.
No, I'm talking about the original death.
One?
The original death.
Yeah.
So that way, the bomb went off at a different time, not killing anyone. Because if he did it when he was originally planning to, he would have gotten us. So they had to move the bombing, which results in people living because of us. So it's like they can't. It's like it's not perfect. They can't just like pull her like yank her out of it just randomly and just let the event still happen. They have to like rework these things just to make it fit.
That kind of gives a different meaning to when the husband still named the child the name that the mom wanted it to name, because there's probably a part of him in the other timeline that remembers the time when she was still alive and named her baby that.
Yes, because she said that she had.
But he knows that it's not real.
But she said they had this big talk, and she expressed why she wanted it, why so badly, and stuff like that. He probably doesn't remember the words, but he probably remembers that feeling, hence why he named the kid that. If I had to guess.
Right. Like, it just adds another layer to the fact. I'm like, oh god. I'm already not okay, by the way. I've been crying during this section. Like, I just... God. Yeah, it's crazy to think the amount of people that are getting celestially gaslit.
という推測くらいしか今はできないけれど、君は世界が改変された2つの記憶を比較的はっきりと持っている。
Yeah, I think the reason she remembers and so has dreams because she's too connected to all this. Where a normal person might have a feeling or a sense of, at best, deja vu. Even though they probably have never gone through it, they're like, you know.
Right, because she knows that divine selection is happening, so she knows that these weird things that she's feeling are actually probably correct. Whereas the people who are having these feelings, they have no choice but to assume that these are just weird things that are happening to them because they don't know about divine. Like, all because the Tokyo Tower incident got completely undone, all those people that were there that day feel like they remember something fucked up happening. But because they don't know about divine selection, they're just like, wow, what a crazy nightmare I had, or
I don't
like
think they have
dream or
nightmares. I think she only has nightmares because of how connected she is. And they try to rewrite the memory because she says she remembers reading, but she doesn't remember, like, it's even written in her book, but she's like, I don't remember doing this. Like, I feel like I was reading this whole time, but I don't remember. And I think normal people would just...
her brain is extra scrambled.
Yeah, and I think normal people would just be like, oh, I just probably forgot what I read, whatever.
Right.
Just so you know, if you ever forget what you read, that means...
That's me with everything. As time passes, I forget shit. I only remember, like, the major plot points of any given thing. At best. Sometimes I don't remember shit, and that's why I just assume that it was mid.
Nah, divine selection happened and reworked your brain. That's why you don't remember.
Yeah, you're right. God, if I was in a death game, what a mistake. I would just give up immediately.
そこまで理解しているなら、この件については僕たちからこれ以上話すこともないだろう。
辛い記憶だ。不用意に思い出させるのは忍びない。
Hey, but she just said she remembers, so.
三島先輩、ありがとうございます。それで、
Oh God.
凛花先輩、すみませんでした。きっと先輩がゆうくんを脱落させたんですよね。私のためにそんな。
羊さん、それは。
And then we just start spiraling.
いいんだよ。
Oh God, us being fine is almost worse. Us being fine is almost worse because of the. Oh God, I assure Miharu before I continue.
でも、美晴の言う通り、ナオミが謝ることは何もない。ユウの指名は、私が、私の意思で決めたことなんだ。まあ、いろいろ大変だったんだ。他の参加者たちと協力したり、拳銃を持たされたりして。
Okay, that's a funny detail that definitely didn't need to be there.
I was like, hey, wait, what?
But I love that for you, bestie. You didn't even use it. You fucking tried to clobber someone over the head and
You used
fucking
it like
missed.
a blunt weapon.
Yeah, and he just fucking punched it out of your hand.
どうやってそんな状況。
That's illegal. Yeah, no shit.
Wait, but that's against the law.
Yeah, you should have seen how we were doing a live suicide bombing stream at Tokyo Tower. That was crazy.
You know Twitch can let you name your stream that?
Stop with the forbidden knowledge. We learned, it was a mistake that we learned, and now we move on. Education is a lie. Don't do it, kids. Naomi stares in awe as I explain the sequence of events. How I worked together with Audette and Alan to prevent the attack on Tokyo Tower. How I witnessed yet another explosion on a train. Witnessed? Bitch, you were in it! I witnessed it, bruh.
I was like, damn, that's crazy.
Miharu had to drag my toasted ass out of there. I witnessed it. I go on talking for a while, long enough that we have to take a break in the middle of my story.
It's like, damn, this shit was crazy, bro.
Miharu probably knows the gist of the situation, but this is the first time I've talked to her about it properly. Needless to say, she seems almost as surprised as Naomi.
それでさ、二人に言おうと思ってたことがあるんだ。
This is where she just out of nowhere says, I'm straight. So I have to tell you both something, I'm straight. Or maybe she's like, you're both good friends.
How could you? How fucking could you? How could you put this energy into the universe right now when we are having a fucking moment? Look how sweetly Miharu is smiling. She never looks at Naomi like that. The sad face and the sweet smiley face, she never looks like that. And you're like, what a good friend.
What a good friend. She's only like that because she's sitting next to Rinka, not because she's looking at Naomi, let's be honest.
I don't know. Like, she's showing Naomi compassion. Like, she's aware of I believe that she doesn't hate Naomi as a person, but she hates the fact that we care about her.
Well, if I'm gonna be honest, I don't think she's a horrible person. I think she's very prickly, if I have to say it, because of how she snaps at Naomi majority of the time. Sometimes a little us, because of how we approach Naomi, but it goes
Yeah.
over our fucking heads every single time. So
Right.
we never notice.
Right.
But so yeah, and I think she can act coldly at times, but I don't think she hates the girl. Like you said, she doesn't. I think when she said is she never liked her, but she not enough to want her dead. I think it was paraphrasing what she said when.
Right.
So
I can believe that she could genuinely look at Naomi like that, especially when it's like, oh, thank God you're not dead. Now the love of my life isn't gonna be so cripplingly depressed as she just fucking starves to death.
she did say she was eating and showering. She just never left her bed.
Barely. Yeah.
Barely, yeah.
Barely.
なんだい？
何ですか？
私は生きたいって思った。
Wow,
この
that's
戦闘
new.
の途中、いろんな思いをしていろんな思いを託された。そのことを
She's literally becoming a chunie, it's over.
ようやく君は決意してくれたんだね。
Shut up, Miharu. That doesn't mean we're gonna kill you, you dumb bitch. Jesus Christ. I mean, if it were up to Bleach, she would, but we have no control over what happens.
I would be okay with allowing her to live.
Like, I don't desire it, but it's fine.
If it happens, it happens. But I mean, if she wants to live so she can get friend zoned, that's up to her. Like,
yeah.
でもね、だからミハルを犠牲にするなんてことはできない。私の世界にはミハルもナオミもマオもおばあちゃんも猫の
Even
猫
the
だっ
really
て
suspicious cat.
大切なものがないとダメなんだ。
Pussy.
ソーニャがいつか言ってたよね。運命が悪いように変わるならいいようにも変わるって。私はいい人でいるのはやめる。私にとって都合のいいように運命を変えたい。方法はわからないけど、まだ何もわからないけど、少なくともナオミを助けることはできた。だから私はミハルと二人で生き残る。その可能性を見つけてみせる。
I'm well aware that I have no leads whatsoever when it comes to how I'll accomplish this. Still, I want my intentions to be clear. I will be the main character of this story.
you already are.
Yeah, much to her chagrin, but now she's like, alright, bet. Jesus is no longer taking the wheel. I will become him. It's my wheel. This is the first step towards realizing that desire.
申し訳ないけれど、僕は賛同できないな。可能性はなさすぎるだろ。
Damn.
Honestly, I don't even think it is because she never specified, at least in my mind, I don't remember her specifying only one of you can live.
Yeah,
She has
because we were harping on that. We were harping on the wording, and then we were harping on the fact that we discovered that it has the death game almost has nothing to do with the win con,
yeah,
as far as we're aware.
as far as we're aware that we for these 12 weeks we have to figure out all three of someone's cards to eliminate them in these 12 weeks, and once it's over, the ones that survive, have to show up on the hill. They never specify it will be one person at the park, whatever. They never specified.
Right.
They just said
you have to go to a specific location at a specific time to win. Is basically what it was, but they never said how many people could show up at that place in time to win.
yeah. Not to mention, in technicality, we were supposed to all be there originally. So, in theory,
Right.
we were supposed to all be there anyways.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, but fate is a funny, fickle bitch like
And
that.
there's another thing, because I think Miharu straight out asked her, what if... I don't know the exact wording, but she's like, what if, like, there's more than one participant or something along those lines? And she didn't answer. She's like, oh, we'll cross that bridge when it comes down to it. She didn't answer. If she had, like, a
she
straight up
legit
answer,
refused.
that would be one thing, but she almost, like, brushed it off.
She only skirts questions that are relevant. Like when they were asking about her and her role in the game, like, you're not even in charge of this, are you? And then she was like, so anyways, time to vote. And it's like, huh? Fuck you, ho. Like, yeah, I want to get into a dream with that one dude again. I want to figure him out.
Yeah,
I want to know what the fuck his deal is.
So yeah, I feel like they're just focused on this only one can survive, which is, I feel like, not...
Because they made an assumption, yeah.
Yeah. Because they just see it as elimination, so, like, usually that has a winner, and usually that's one
Right.
person.
Yeah, they're like based on the nature of the game, when realistically they probably all could have lived, but then it's like the universe maybe is offering them a way to get rid of like baddies to like balance itself out. So it's like, okay, there's some generally good people here and some generally bad people here. Y'all can duke it out amongst yourselves. It's like, huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It's, if that ends up being it, what a Jigsaw-esque thing to just be like, look, these are the rules, that's it. And then it turns out nobody had to die in the end, but you just assumed that you had to kill people to win, and that's why you're shit. I can't, if that's true, I can't wait to get to the end, and then she carries even more guilt, like the whole weight of the whole damn thing on her shoulders, because she's like, none of those people had to die, and then she has like an existential crisis.
I'll be like, listen, I only eliminated one person because he killed someone and he was a terrible person. Like, everyone
Yeah,
else I
forced
didn't
her
eliminate.
hand, for sure. Yeah.
If anything, Miharu, she eliminated a child. So...
Yeah, a sick and dying child. We just saved her some, like, suffering. That's all we did. That was a mercy killing.
Anyway.
そう言うと思ってた。三島先輩。でも、もしそんな方法があれば、私は。
しかし僕たちが最後の2人にならなければ何も成し遂げられないことに変わりはないさ。
Okay.
そう言うとも思ってた。だからそれまでに何か手がかりを見つける。なんだかもう私の出る幕はないって感じになっちゃいました。
Because it has nothing to do with you. We just needed to tell you that you were dead and now you're not. Congratulations.
ううん、違う。学園祭が終わったら改めてって言ったでしょ。だからこれはお願い。
Oh, she's proposing. Imagine.
Miharu just jumps off the roof.
What a fucked up move. It's like, hey, I'm gonna propose to Naomi. I want you to be there, Miharu.
As my best friend. Can you be the maid of honor?
Yeah.
Oh, tragic
ここからは
Yuri.
私たち3人で戦おう。
My beloved.
相手は他の参加者じゃない。私たちの運命だ。
Semantics.
I'm finally able to say it.
I'm finally able to say words.
Perhaps I've wanted to say this ever since Divine Selection began. You're a really good friend.
This turns me
I
horrible.
can't get it out of my head. You would actually fucking curse me. I can't. I hate it here. It wasn't possible before. I lacked the resolution required to do so.
To say someone is your friend? What?
Things are different now.
I know Miharu's my friend.
Fully accepted my desire to live with my friends.
Specifically, only friend Miharu. Specifically. Only. Miharu, my friend and only friend.
My boundless suffering.
あくまで方法があればという前提ではある
Just
け
my
れど
friend.
賛成させてもらうよ。
It's such a. Her smile is just so cute, and I just hate it here.
Yeah, I know I can count on you, friend.
私もその言葉を待っていました。
We've been waiting for this.
ありがとう。
Such good friends.
Wow, you're not even like voting for Naomi anymore here.
It just works. Like, listen. She just caught us stray there.
Both of them smile at me, and I smile back.
では僕はバイトがあってね。ここで失礼させてもらうよ。
Bye, my friend.
That said, Miharu makes her way out.
Oh,
Now I'm left alone with Naomi.
the third wheel left.
ねえ、みはる。隠し事はもうなしにしようよ。今日はバイトじゃなくてさ、スケールさんたちと会いに行くんでしょ？
I follow after Miharu when she exits Lion House. I asked Naomi to stay inside before running off, though. Stay there, I'm not done with you.
I just had to tell
I was-
Naomi how much of a good friend she is. I'll be back.
Oh god. I want to speak with Miharu alone.
ああ、そうだ。僕は彼らと協力して、オデット、アランの両名を脱落させる。そして協力関係を維持しつつ、スケールとフェデリーコの情報を探り、彼らも脱落させてみせる。
I think if what Scale is saying is true, it's beneficial to work with him because if we get rid of those two specifically, it helps so much. And if he is about justice and is willing to allow us to live because we're virtuous, I don't see why not. That doesn't mean I would 100% trust them, but like if we eliminate those two, then what is it, Federico? Easy.
Yeah, he's a dingus. He's already fucking cooked. It doesn't matter.
性質としては悪だね。まさか君はこの後に及んで人を裏切ることはいけないとでも言うつもりかい？
違うよ。みはるにはさ、それが本当にできるの？
Any doubters in chat?
Listen, she was able to eliminate a child. I think she can do these two specifically.
Yeah. Yeah, she's cold-blooded. I just think she's gonna get caught in the crossfire, though.
そうじゃないだろう。
Miharu stares at me in response to my outburst.
ごめん、怒っちゃった。でも聞いて、私は美晴の行動に文句を言うつもりはない。むしろ逆。私はもう一人で美晴に背負わせたくはないよ。私も一緒に背負わせてほしい。ナオミが私にそう言って救われたように、私も
Oh, you want to be the sidekick that gets murdered.
また羊さんかい？
Oh my god. Oh, it's about that bitch again. Oh my god.
いや、そういう意味じゃ。
まあいいさ。君の気持ちは嬉しいけれど、気持ちを受け取るにとどめておくよ。さっきも言っただろ。僕たちはまず最後の二人にならなくてはならないんだ。君はその先の方法だけを探せばいい。君にははっきり言わなくては伝わらないね。他の参加者のことは僕に任せてくれ。今回の件も君は自ら危険に飛び込んだ。運命に縛られて死なないだけで、火災というのは火傷のような外傷だけでなく、煙や酸欠空気による内臓への損傷の危険性もあるんだ。何度も指摘してきたはずだ。君は他の参加者に深入りしすぎる。だからね、君が運命と立ち向かうと決めたのは僕にとって朗報だったよ。
Yes, from now on I won't accidentally stumble into a dangerous situation. I will run in head first.
Intentionally, with my whole Lucy.
美晴、まさか私を他の参加者から遠ざけるためにさっきは同意したの？もしかして美晴は運命に勝てるなんて思っていないの？
さて、そろそろ行かないとバイトに遅れてし
I
まう。
think it's kind of weird that they're playing the, like, boss music during this
入っているのは嘘じゃない
conversation.
んだ。
I think it's because they're
Like,
such. It's like.
It is building energy, but it's like, I don't know.
I think it's because they play in a situation where there's like opposing ideals in a sense. Because they are in the same lane, but they're trying to fight each other at the same time. If that makes sense.
私は信じてるよ。私たちなら運命を変えられるって。
僕も凛花を信じている。けれどそれ以上に
And then it just goes
凛
really
花を愛してい
somber.
る。
I love you too, friend.
Damn. Saying that, Miharu makes her way to the station. There's nothing I could say to her after that. I had no comeback.
I gave you a comeback. Call her your friend, and you love her too, friend.
I very much platonically love you, my guy.
High five. Even give her a high five while you're at it.
It just hurts. It's a fact that I lack information on both the other participants and how to ensure our mutual survival.
I feel like this is like the. I don't know if this is the second time she's ignored the I love you, the love part. First time she was shocked, but she's like, nah, she means as a friend, obviously. And now I feel like she just ignores it when she says it.
Right. All I'm doing right now is speaking of a scenario I want to see happen. That's why Miharu brushed me off. I doubt she'll only fill me in. I doubt she'll only fill me in on the bare minimum like she did previously, at least. Either way, I intend to do things differently as well.
運命を変える方法を私は見つけるよ。
Watashi wa. Miharu is already determined to make nothing but progress. She has been ever since divine selection began. The same has to apply to me now. I don't want her lying for my sake anymore.
Daijoubu でしたか？
多分ナオミが心配していた通りになったよ。
I mean, depends on how worried she was. The type of worry.
My response leaves her a bit surprised.
What did you guys make out? Like,
I'm aware of how smart Naomi is. There's no doubt she realized what we were arguing over.
でもだからこそ私はちゃんと二人とも生き残れる方法がないか探すんだ。手がかりは完全にないってわけじゃないんだ。例えばこの本、女神の選定のものって思い込んで最初に考えるのをやめちゃったけどさ、デザインとか想定とかもっと注意して調べてみるべきかもしれない。
先輩、それを調べてどうするつもりなんですか？
女神の選定、うん、女神そのものを知る。
We've been so focused on the dream world and the events in the real world being altered that we simply accepted everything about it. We never once tried to go against the rules because we let ourselves be convinced that we shouldn't. This is reminding me about our back and forth conversation when I was playing Danganronpa. You're like, why wouldn't you even try to escape? And I was like, because they told me I'm not allowed to. And you're like, so who cares? Just, what are you talking about? It's like, they said I would die if I tried to escape.
yeah, we gotta go back to that. We have to go back to the other game too, but like, I think
that's what this conversation is like the like, so who cares versus the like, but it's against the rules.
That's illegal. It's like, I never asked. I always do the illegal.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
それにまず
In reality though, we should have let ourselves question something.
Oh, you didn't read it? Oh, yeah, sorry.
Very nature of divine selection.
それにまずパルカって名前を調べるべきなのかな。私は全然詳しくないけど神話とかそういうのもあるよね。
What the fuck?
それならちょっと力になれるかもしれません。私、神話のことを調べてたんです。女神
No,
ってい
what
うくら
kind
いだ
of
から
goddess?
何かわかるかなって。
From what religion? This is how we find out which one's right.
「結局神話は神話だなって思って気にしていなかったんですけど、今はどんな情報が役に立つかわからないですもんね。
Naomi whips out her notepad and flips to the first few pages. She must have written stuff down while researching. After reading through them a bit, she turns her attention back to me.
パルカっていうのはローマ神話の運命の女神の総称のようです。
Interesting.
デキマ、ノーナ、モルタっていう3種類がいるそうで、それぞれギリシャ神話のモイラっていう
I already
運命の
have
女神と
guesses
対
for...
応しているって書いてありました。
Oh.
Oh, I know Greek mythology. I played God of War. And
No shit. Well, they cover a good bit, so I'm not gonna say that's not a decent foundation, but
well, yeah, I mean, it's like Assassin's Creed. At least in the beginning, Assassin's Creed, they had some like it was based on things that happened, but it wasn't obviously one for one. And if you want to know the history, you have to like fucking look for it. But it's a good way to like pique the person's interest and like start their knowledge.
so true.
It's like, oh, interesting. I'm intrigued.
人間が生まれた時にその人の人生、運命を決定する女神たちだそうです。
Damn. At birth, you're like, you will die this day. Good luck.
Yeah.
運命の女神。パルカが夢の世界で言っていたのと同じだね。運命の大広間に運命の大時計。
See, that's the thing. Not, I don't know, because it's not really at the same time. Because, what's her face? She didn't know. They said the only reason we're going through divine selection is because we all happened to die at the exact same time before we could meet up. So, I don't know. It's weird because I feel like there's something funky going on that fate changed almost on its own. I don't know. Because again, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, you weren't supposed to die until this particular day, but you all died before that, all on the same day, coincidentally. Bizarre. And now here we are.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
時計、歯車。夢の世界はそういうもので作られていた。私たちに割り当てられた12の番号も時計の文字盤の数と一致している。
Wonder if there's any significance on the order, or they just.
時間の神っていうとギリシャ神話のクロノスって神様の方が有名ですよね。
でも私たちの使命、死因、未練のカードは現在、過去、未来の象徴で私たちの運命を表してるってパルカは言ってた。
運命を時間で表現しているってことなんでしょうか。そういえばリンカ先輩のカードブックも歯車みたいな飾りがついてますよね。時計の中身って歯車がたくさんありましたよね。だから歯車から時計、時計から時間、
Sure.
時間から運命をそれぞ
It
れ
is
連
a
想できるような
very,
そういうことなんでしょうか。
how do I say, logical leap. I wouldn't even call it a leap. It tracks. It makes sense. It's the whole theme of this whole thing. We've never questioned it.
運命の 様なんて表現も出てきますしね。
I would love the Wheel of Fate. When a VTuber does a subathon and it's all punishments.
全然真に迫ってる気がしない。
モチーフ？ちょっと待ってください。それっておかしくないですか？
おかしい。
So,
ナオミ、何か気づいたの？
いえ、そういうわけでは。でも、はるかさんっていうのは女神様なんですよね。なのに、人間の考えるモチーフと合致しているって何か違和感があって。
we don't know. She refuses to answer questions of substance.
パルカは夢の世界っていう人間の認識できないものを認識できるように作ったって言ってた。だから人々の思う運命の女神っていうイメージから時計とか歯車とかがモチーフになった空間が生まれてもおかしくないんじゃないかな。
We just made all the connections there ourselves, in fact. Plus, one's personal perception plays a vital role in the contents of one's own cards.
そうなんですけど、ごめんなさい。リンカ先輩の言う通りなんです。
You're right, you should cook on that. Keep going.
ちょっとだけ変な感じ。
Because for some reason, you've been the logical backbone of this whole thing, which is insane to me, but go on.
Damn. I mean, assume neither one of us saw that coming.
Yeah, especially because our first interaction with her was her just being a like clumsy ditz, and we both went like like even you, I remember you're like but then we got to know the other people and you're like, actually I'll take her. She's better than the fucking stalker.
I mean, at that point, I didn't even consider her as a stalker. I think the only reason I didn't like Miharu is because of how mean she was to Naomi. I was like, damn,
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah, she's really extra.
Like, if she was, like, alright with her, and like, like, if she had some animosity towards her, I would, like, okay, it's eye-rolling, whatever, but she was like, damn.
Yeah,
Like,
she's
I felt like
pretty
she was,
outright vicious for no reason.
I thought she was gonna slap her or something.
I don't think she'd go that far, but definitely the like.
Well, I'm saying, like, it's like that type of vibe. It's like, damn, you're ready to fight her or something.
I don't think she'd be opposed to it, but I think Naomi would have to like front on her, and then she'd be like, yeah, "Oh yeah, I've been waiting for this day, bitch." Takes her gloves off.
Yeah, and also, on top of that, Naomi was being... It didn't help that she was being mean. Well, I feel like she was being overly mean to Naomi, while Naomi was being overly nice to her.
Right, and like actively trying not to approach us because Naomi is aware that Miharu loves us, and she is trying to like take the back burner on that, while also recognizing that she has feelings. But then we keep approaching her because we think she's fucking hopeless and can't live without us, and we're just like, "Aw, girl failure, let me help." And it just, she's like, "No, it's okay, I swear, you don't have to. Miharu's gonna kill me in my sleep, please."
So I think it was a combination of that made me not like Miharu.
Right.
Because she was actively like, Naomi was actively throwing her own chances because she didn't want to upset Miharu, and Miharu still was kind of mean to her. I was like, damn.
Right, just for breathing, essentially.
So yeah, that's why I started not liking her. Because at first I was like on board with her. I was like, oh, okay. And then I
That's
think
true.
you broke when you started seeing more of Naomi's intelligence, and you started seeing Miharu like being brutal, especially with the kid. Like, don't approach it. Don't approach the child.
Yeah, she was making it really hard at certain points where I was just like, girl, I am trying for you. I am actively trying for you, and you are fumbling your own bag. Please, God. Yeah, I don't really think I'm on either team. I'm like, I don't know.
I think if she didn't
I don't
have
even
those,
see this as a romance, to be honest. Like, this is so beyond, like, but it's just these interpersonal relationships are complicated.
yeah, like I mean, it's you can easily like write it so it isn't a romance. I think the only reason, obviously, it still has those moments where it's trying to, hey, yeah, they're both interested in her, by the way.
Yeah, just to remind you, they love you. What are you gonna do about that? It's like, I have such great friends.
I have such.
Yeah, I don't know. All that stemmed from us saying that Naomi was the intellectual backbone, by the way. We kind of insert the tangent.
We do have a. I mean, we have that button, but
Yeah, we never use it. It's like it's such a hindsight thing.
yes,
Like, oh, we tangented.
we did the tangenti.
The tangini?
The tangini, yeah.
Wow.
There we go.
謝らなく
True.
ていいよ。ナオミが感じた違和感は大切にして。私たちはそういうのを持たずに目の前の出来事を受け入れちゃってたわけだし。
Naomi nods, but still looks somewhat apologetic. Can't quite understand what she must be feeling, in all honesty.
That's fine. I like a girl who apologizes a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You sure do. Chances are, part of me is still convinced that there's no point in overthinking things because Parka is a goddess. And here I was telling myself that I had to quit that sort of thinking not long ago.
Like 2 seconds ago.
でもやっぱりあんまり役に立てませんでした。
Gotta sit with
No,
it
you're
more.
cooking. Keep going.
You just started. You don't have to give up the second you're like, damn, got nothing. Sit with it.
そんなことないよ。ありがとう。
Oh, not that face. Are we gonna cry and hug her again? We should.
Throw a curveball, just
I
slap
should have
her.
figured. Huh?
I said throw a curveball, slap her randomly.
Yeah, and then she gets a brain blast. Like, oh, that really helped dislodge my thought process.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
shock will just like send her neurons firing. It's like,
I should have figured something was up far sooner. Yet Naomi here is the one to go ahead and do the research before I even noticed.
and she went into researching Greek mythology and all that.
さて、今日はここまでかな。ねえ、ナオミ。明日の放課後、図書館に一緒に行ってくれない？
On a sleepover. So I can hold you all night.
図書館。はい、もちろんです。
It's a
Oh,
day.
it's their meeting spot. They met at the library.
Yeah, it's a date. And then somewhere off in the distance, Miharu just like clutches her chest like, ah!
Oh.
ありがとう。明日はカードブックについて調べよう。
So It's already dark out, so I walk Naomi to the station. She said she'd be fine, but Odette knows all about Lionhouse. Which means Alan probably knows too.
Alan's been knowing. I know she doesn't know, but he found you like day after eliminating the freaking mother.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he even admitted that he was stalking. Well, he didn't admit to you, but he did say he was stalking you. It's like, oh.
I can't see them focusing their efforts on me at this point, but even so, I'd rather not let Naomi walk around at night on her own.
They go towards like, congratulations on not dying. Let's fix that.
何度も言うけれど、僕は一階の高校生なんだ。あまりこういう店に呼び出さないでくれ。それに、アルバイト帰りでね、疲れているから手短にしてほしい。
アルバイト？例のなんとか喫茶が。あそこはやめた方がいいぜ。この辺りの夜の
Bro, you are so skeezy. What the fuck? You can't say that, dude. Holy shit.
そうじゃないさ、フェデリーコ君。あの場所にはわびさびがあっただろ
No.
リハルもそこにやりたい
You're
を
wrong
感じている
too. Stop talking.
今すぐやめたいくらいだよ。
Miharu finds herself at Milk Crown once more. I keep forgetting that that's the name of the place, and every time I see it, I'm like, what the f...
Wait, hold on.
Get your milk. Get your milk!
Hold on, I'm gonna send it to him.
No way.
It's a bar, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know you owned the bar.
These are the only milk emotes I have, and it's milkshake. Blind and rave.
Okay, anyways. Sorry, I was just bothering a person, anyways.
Yeah, milk delivery. Scale and Federico are perched on their usual seats.
You responded, anyways.
What did he say?
In all caps,
Docs or GMs?
keyboard smash, whatever. No, I don't.
Amazing. Thank you for doxing your DMs live on Twitch.tv. Naturally, Odette is nowhere to be seen.
オデットさんの姿がないね。
We killed her. Miharu heard the details from Rinka, but opts to play the fool. This is their first gathering since Odette had told them to leave the heavy lifting to her.
No, wait, no, it's not. They told you that.
From Miharu's perspective, I'm pretty sure all they told her was that they were planning on turning against Odette because she was likely to turn against them soon. But I don't think she would know that Odette has officially turned. Especially because in the timeline, all the stuff at the Tokyo Tower never happened.
Yeah, but they remember. Their memories are never altered, is what I'm saying.
But they weren't involved.
Yeah, but I feel like she should still know that they still have secret meetings without her, unless they haven't had one. since, which is kind of whatever.
Yes, these three have secret meetings without Audette, but... Oh, I kind of see what you're saying. I think that she's implying that she doesn't see the purpose for it at this point. But yeah. Miharu finds herself curious about the two parties' exchanges between then and today.
聡明な君ならもう気づいているだろう。
There we go.
彼女は離反したよ。
The confirmation.
そして
Affected
俺
is a
の提
crazy
供
way
し
to
た
put
情
that.
報をもとに君のお友達と協力してユウの脱落まで成し遂げたということだね。
She didn't eliminate you. Oh, I see.
あいつはおそらく
Hi,
アラン
Falcon.
とも協力してたはずだ。
Howdy, Falcon. Why Magic the Gathering specifically?
どうしてそう思
Are
う
you
んだ
getting sucked back in? Or did you never leave? Did you never escape?
ただの勘だ。リンカってのは戦いになったら足手まといだろ。
Ouch. Okay, fine. Damn.
It's true. That comment doesn't sit well with Miharu, but she lets Federico continue. Because we're pretending we still hate her.
直後の報道じゃ銃弾で撃たれた男がいたみたいじゃねえか。その後行方不明なんてアラン以外に考えられねえ。
You know what? I can see that for you, Falcon.
なるほど。そうなると問題はリンカはいいとしてオデットとアランが未だ協力関係を結んでいるかが問題だな。
What do you mean by that?
Oh, I'm just a firm believer that, like, what you run in Magic very firmly identifies, like, your personality types. So, like, I'm typically not very surprised when I hear, like, what shards or, you know, whatever people run, whatever they choose. So, you being, I believe White Black was Orzhov, right? And Mono Black. And there's like a lot of cards in there that's very much within your particular wheelhouse. You don't know? So like, for example, I ran Selesnya a lot, so I was very like heavily in the white-green. Although I did fuck with Orzhov for a while too. That's all I mean by that. It's neither a good thing nor a bad thing, it is just a thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah, it's like a personality quiz.
アランの情報網はオデットも評価してた。
Girl failure that would kick your ass. It's not my fault that I love hordes. Like massive hordes of tokens. This is why I don't play anymore. I get toxic. But I did really love curb stomping people. Green cheater? Green was just for buffs. Green was not even like the part that was like multiplying in my decks. It was the white. It's fun to get toxic. That's why you're still playing.
となると俺たちは2人の脱落が急務だな。
Scale, Federico, and Miharu versus Rinka, Odette, and Alan. That is the situation those two are imagining, but Miharu knows that isn't the case. Yeah, there's so many different, like, splinter cells within the last 6. There are 3 teams, not 2. Scale and Federico, Miharu and Rinka, and Odette and Alan.
I don't even think Odette and Alan are working together.
I know, because then at some point Odette is going to like work with Rinka to get rid of Alan, and then it just, yeah, it's a whole thing. It probably feels like it's kind of the world versus Odette right now. But if they can, they do Alan. But Odette's the easiest of the two powerhouses that are dangerous right now.
I don't know. I feel like Alan. Not Alan. Rinka will be more willing to work with Alan than Odette. Cause I don't know. It's just there's strange interactions where I think she trusts him more than Odette. And but I don't think Alan would want to work with her, not because he isn't willing. I think he would be willing. I don't think he sees any benefit. There would have to be some way where he sees it as a benefit. But I don't think he will work with us if we were like going after maybe Federico or Miharu. But he knows we won't eliminate Miharu, and Federico's a easy enough, yeah, so that he doesn't need anyone to eliminate him.
I mean, with the rest of the people on the board, he probably thinks they're all easy. Like, there's no reason for him to team up with anybody anymore. I think the hardest one was probably you, because you was
I think
no-name hidden organization child. Like, how the fuck do you get information on that?
I think no.
But then Mr. FBI man kind of got some information on that, but now we don't even know he's FBI, but we're just gonna go with that for now. But I think he could quite literally find everybody else, because Federico's just easy. Like, maybe Odette's the most hidden at this point, but even then I think he could do it. I don't think anybody is outside of Alan's like hitbox right now.
I know. I think Odette is. She's like hints at things, but she has proven she's well, like, not only in like physical but like spoken enough where she can get information in a back and forth. So I don't think he can't go after her physically, and talking to her could prove dangerous. So
she is really good on asking pointed questions that reveal answers either by you answering or not answering.
Yeah, so I think
she's very good at the psychology game.
Yeah, and Alan knows that. He could probably play against it, but in the same time, I don't think he would want to risk it either. Like, it would. I think they could come off, if they were to talk, I think it could come off at neutral points, but neither one would want to risk it. Maybe Odette, because she finds a thrill out of it. But I think Alan would be too cautious and not want to risk it. And then there's like the others. I think out of this group, because he says he doesn't want to come after us until he gets rid of Miharu. So I think we're safe until Miharu's gone. Like half safe. I think if something were to happen to change his mind, he would gladly like go after us. Again, I don't think he'll go after Federico, only on the basis that he's easy to eliminate. So he's like a non-threat. Scale is somewhere I feel like in the middle-ish for him. Because he's been quiet this whole time, but I don't think it will take him that long. But depending on Scale's network, they might interact that way, their networks. So, I think it's a battle who can get the information through their network faster. I don't know his deal with Miharu, though. Like, he hasn't seemed that interested in her.
I think it's just because she's too easy of a target is the thing. She's not so easy that she's freelo, and obviously it also has like consequences, because if anyone goes after Miharu, then that immediately puts them on Rinka's shit list. So it's like It's recognizing that when you take someone on, it's not a 1v1, it's a 2v1 type thing. So I think that's why he didn't really touch like Odette Federico, but now they're kind of broken up, which is probably why he has the biggest excuse to go after her right now.
Well, that was the only reason why he didn't touch Federico, because he said he knew he would have to go through her first. I think he'd be fine going after that 2v1 only because he doesn't see Federico as a 2. He sees it as a 1.5 at best.
Well, that, and she just doesn't care about him anymore because she outright outed like basically all of his info to like a decent amount of people. Like he's just freelo.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I think, yeah, Odette's his biggest threat. In his mind, I think Odette's his biggest threat. Second, it's kind of us because of Miharu, so you can probably put her tied with us. Then Scale, then Federico doesn't even make that list.
Scale, I think, is the biggest dark horse here because he is joining the game hella late, at least from what we've seen. Like, from our perspective, he just now showed up out of nowhere and is trying to pull these, like, money moves and shit. And, like, he appears to have connections with stuff. So while I think he's probably easily found, I think he's just a bit of a dark horse because nothing has happened with him so far. We don't know who has his cards.
That's the thing. I don't know how to say either way about Scale because of how late he is, and he has such good connections. And he even admitted the only reason he didn't make a move is because he was waiting for an elimination where nobody got eliminated. So he's been strategizing since day one.
Right. He's doing the smart thing of sitting back and letting people pick each other off until there's only a few left, and then he goes in swinging. But what to do with him? What to do?
So only time will tell how formidable he is, I feel like. Because right now, I feel like he's playing this nice guy, easygo-lucky guy.
He sure is. Nice guy, low-key mansplaining, which is fine.
Anyways.
Two versus one.
Who's the one? What?
Miharu's goal is to obscure Rinka's participation.
Wow. So she's like,
so
no.
She's just assuming that she is the solo man out there, huh?
Yeah.
She's offering herself up as the... Got you tangenting.
僕がアランの死因を教えてもいいけれど、まだ彼の未練の手がかりはないのだろう。
雑誌のインタビュー記事や過去の公な発言を洗ってみたが、結果は想像通りだ。彼の身辺を調査させているが、家族構成程度しか分かっていない。
Is his family his regret? That's something. What about his
母親
family?
は彼が
They're
幼
all
い頃
dead.
に病死。父親は彼が16歳の頃に殺害された。
By him? Did he murder his father at 16? Does he regret not doing it sooner?
アランの父親はもともと小さな宝石商を営んでいたらしい。インド国内の採掘場から原石を買い付けて加工会社へ卸していたそうだ。小金持ちになった弊害かはわからないけれども、どうやら欲が出たらしくてね。貧しい人々への金貸しも始めたらしい。金融業者なんて立派なものじゃない。日本では闇金というのだったかな。かなりアコギな商売だったそうだ。
恨みを買ったってわけだな。そりゃあやられた方が悪いわな。
Federico's claim held extra weight because he had done the same work as Alan's father during his days in the mafia. Scale shrugs in agreement.
なるほどね。
Miharu is able to establish a link between his information and the cause of death she is privy to.
その後10代だったアラン・スコーピオンが父のルートを利用して会社を立ち上げ財を成したのは有名な話だね。ちなみに現在の彼の家族構成は弟が4人と妹が1人だそうだ。彼ら家族はアランの収入が支えているらしい。
Oh, okay.
だとすればその家族ってのがアランの未練じゃね。
Not necessarily, but
俺もそれを想定したんだけどね。残念ながらまだこれ以上の背景情報が手に入っていないんだ。
You probably wouldn't have regrets for that because he's wealthy enough that he probably made contingencies if he died so they would be taken care of. So it probably wouldn't have to do with them because he's probably confident they would be fine.
sure.
会社やら経営、財産とかは想定してみたけど違ったからよ。あんたに頼るしかないんだ。頼むぜ。
家族という線は俺も濃厚だと思っている。任せてくれとは言わないが、俺の仲間には高い報酬を約束している。必ず情報を掴んでくれるさ。
Like your bud's actively in India poking around? Like, what does that mean?
君の仲間かい？
おっと、これ以上は俺の情報に関わるから教えられないね。しかしまあ、ジ
Yeah,
ャーナリストのようなものと思ってくれ。
Sure. Miharu nods her head once again.
それではまだアランの死因は教えられないね。
はあ、なんでだよ。
向こうのグループのリンカと同じだ。非力で社会的な力を持っていない僕は用済みと判断されればおしまいだからね。
I'm not gonna lie, I've already forgotten his cause of death. What
非
was
常に
it?
合理的な判断だね。
I don't think she said anything.
アラン
She's
の情
never
報は
said
未
it.
練
She
が
just
判
says
明
she
したら
has
教
it.
えてくれ。
Isn't it in her
死因まで
cards
調
though?
べな
Can't
くて
we
いいと
look?
いうだけで
No,
気が
the
楽
game
だ。
doesn't where if they don't reveal it in game, we don't see it in the book.
Damn it. Miharu. We need number 12. Wow.
See?
Wow. Wow. Fine.
So そうなると俺たちも黙っているわけにはいかねえ。
分かっているさ。オデット、君の元仲間を狙うわけだろ。
人が嫌がる言い方を心得てるみてえだが、それこそあんたのはオデットほどじゃねえな。まあいい。オデットの死因の方なら俺はすでに手に入れている。
本当か？いつ？
昨日の夜だ。一人になってふと自分の怪我を見ていて思い出したんだ。俺は死の間際、あいつと同じ場所にいた。
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you say that?
詳細は俺の情報に
She
も繋がっ
basically
ちまう
already
から
revealed
教
all
え
of
られ
his
ないが、
information to them, so this is not that deep.
あいつは腹に傷を負っ
Oh, he's just getting her back now. Yeah, that's all.
だが見ての通り、選定が始まってからもあいつに傷はない。つまり、その傷がオデットの死因だったってわけだ。
Easy to assume, but Federico takes a card from his book, allowing both to glance at it. I thought you couldn't do that. I thought it literally said.
I don't know.
I thought they literally blocked you from showing
In the
cards
dream
to other
world.
people.
In the dream world. We never tested it outside the dream world. They said that their cards float up, but they couldn't see because of the light how much one person has and how much the other person has.
Well, now we know her cause of death is blood loss. That's not that bizarre, though. It was gonna be either that or like drowning or like concussion, but
Yeah,
yeah.
If she had a wound in her stomach, she probably got impaled by something and died because of blood loss. Yeah.
Right. Miharu and Scale are unable to obtain the card themselves, however.
Wait, what?
Both understand that this is due to their lack of knowledge as to how that came to pass.
君はそんな大事なことを今日まで忘れていたのか。
うるさい。あんな体力バカのゴリラ女とずっと一緒にいたんだ。思い出すもんも思い出せなかったんだよ。
死の
Is an
瞬間
imbecile.
同じ場所にいたと言っていたね。その場合オデットさんも君の死因を持っていると思った方がいいのではないかい？
It is a safe bet.
その可能性は俺も元から想定してたさ。だが、未練まで持ってないだろうよ。
Spent a long time with her, my guy.
でなけりゃ、あいつを裏切った俺が前回の選定で指名されてない理由が説明できないからな。
なるほど。それもそうだね。
それよりだ。ミハル、あんたはオデットの未練に心当たりがあると言っていたな。
俺も覚えている。このままでいけばオデットを指名するのはフェデリーコ君になる。そろそろオデットの未練を教えてくれないか。
僕は彼女の未練そのものを知っているわけではないよ。あくまで心当たりがあるだけだ。それで構わないというのなら、そうだね。話すならばこのタイミングしかないだろう。子供。僕はそれが彼女の未練につながるものだと思っている。
Wait, what?
Mm. Mm.
I'm sorry, what? She has a kid? What?
This is making a lot of sense because think about how she's treated Sonia and the other high schoolers in general. And the other child who's an assassin.
No, she kicked that one's ass. What do you mean?
She enjoyed fighting him, but she liked him. Miharu makes sure to explain her reasoning.
I'm just shocked she's a mom.
Sophia served as the trigger for this line of thought. Okay, logical. Odette granted her the opportunity to see the world for herself. She never had to do such a thing. She simply could have forced the information out of Sophia then and there. The risk of Sophia revealing her information did exist, but Odette could have handled that in a number of ways. Instead, she chose the most inefficient yet compassionate route. On top of the fact that she gave her back to her family on the last day.
I guess.
Which was pretty foolish, but...
I don't know,
ahead.
it's just... Given how she lives, I didn't see her having time or interest in wanting a kid, let alone having one. I'm just shocked that she's a mom. Like,
Bro, it's a whoopsie kid. It's not that deep.
it's fair, but you know, I don't know. I would have to know more, I guess.
The other thing I'm wondering is if her kid is even still alive. I'm guessing not. And that would be why it's the regret. We'll see. Sophia trusted in that decision of hers too. Miharu is aware that Sophia was wise beyond her years. She wouldn't have believed Odette so readily.
I guess it depends on the timeline. Like, is she like if maybe she worked as a sailor, but close to home only until her child's death? Then she started going only sea. Could be a possibility. I don't know.
It would have been normal to assume Odette would break her promise immediately. That was a part of the puzzle that just didn't fit. One that led Miharu to a certain theory. Sophia understood that Odette was being compassionate, not by instinct, but because she knew Odette's regret.
あの女は感情で動く女だ。仕事も好き嫌いで受けるか受けないかを決める。そんなことを話した記憶はあるぜ。
Wait. If her child's dead, oh, there was this. What was the job she refused to do on any circumstance?
I don't remember. Probably human trafficking.
No, I think she was fine with. I think it was drugs. I think that's why it puzzled me. I was like, you do everything but drugs? What the fuck? I think that has to do with it.
I think you're right. Yeah. Uh-oh. We're figuring it out. We're piecing it together.
しかし子供か。当然これだけではカードも生まれない。
ここまではある程度の状況証拠に基づいた仮説さ。ここからが僕の推論だ。
They're about to light up.
オデットさんは自分で自分の生き方を選べる人。フェデリーコさん、僕の考えは間違っているかい？
あいつほど人の指図を受けないやつは珍しいと思うぜ。
Federico gives a clear answer and a deep nod. Scale rests his chin on his hand. He seems to follow Miharu's implication. When he catches Miharu's gaze, he offers his own thoughts.
彼女は見込んで子供もいないはず。しかし子供という言葉が関連して未練になるほどの強い思いとなると、彼女には子供を産めない理由があるということだろうか。
Because...
例えば肉体的な理由。
Because... However, no card manifests from his conjecture. Scale remains convinced they're on the right track regardless.
まだ何か足りないようだけれど、俺は君の話がオデットの未練からそう遠くないとも思う。わかった。オデット・マランソンの過去の病歴や手術歴を調べさせる。産婦人科系に絞ってだ。
話が早くて助かるね。では、僕はもう失礼するよ。また君の情報が集まったら呼んでくれ。前にも言ったけれど、高校生の僕が遅くにこういう店に出入りするのは良くないからね。
Okay, now I'm confused. She's not married, obviously, and it's sounds like she never had kids. So, did she have a kid, or did she regret linked to not having one, or did she?
Could be a miscarriage.
I guess. Yeah, it has until he gets the clinical records. I guess we'll.
Could be a miscarriage. Could be a stillbirth.
もう少し付き合わないと
Premature.
朝まで過ごせばかえって問題なくなるぜ。
下品で最低だよ。
Wow, not wrong, but
Maybe
damn.
she was a drug addict. Miharu shoots Federico an icy glare before leaving. She has no idea that both these men wind up drinking till morning. That's fine. She doesn't need to know that.
Naomi が生きてた。
Should have asked her to sleep over, dingus. I still can't get over how happy I am. I saw her die right before my eyes, but here I am, able to see her alive and well once again. It's nothing short of a miracle. But at the same time, Yu's remorseful cries after I elected him have stuck with me. Yeah, he was kind of fucked up for that, not gonna lie. He was so adamant that whole time, like, you need to kill me, end my suffering. And then at the end, he's like, I don't want to die. Like, shut the fuck up.
And he calls for the old man, his mom, and us. And I was like, oh. It's like, okay. That's kind of fucked, but okay.
Those were his earnest feelings. Okay, well, his earnest feelings can fucking go to hell with him. Fuck that
Damn.
shit. That was fucked. I even experienced the scene of his death. Both of us died on the train, but the manner in which we passed differed.
It literally was the exact. I don't know. He remembered
No, he
his.
strangled us.
No, what I mean is, I don't know if he remembers the exact moments of his death as well, or he just remembered who he was specifically. Because his moment of death was exactly the same as his when he like made that last declaration to us on his death. He didn't want to die, and he called for the most important people that were in his life. At the time, it was just his mother, but later, after going through this, it added the old man and us. I was like, oh, it was literally the same way.
Ingrained in him, I guess. Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
I guess it's just ingrained in him. He was always going to die like that.
でももう決めたから。
Those memories aren't enough to stop me now. I don't regret my decision. Life has served as the stepping stone I need to propel myself forward.
Damn. I mean, you ain't wrong, but damn, the way you're wording that.
Well, it's better than what I was gonna do, and she was like, it can't stop me now, 'cause I'm having a good time.
I do not regret the child murder. I'll do it again if
He
needed.
died anyway. The hard part about this is that we're not even necessarily murdering them because they're already dead.
Yes, I guess
Although
that's
that
the...
being said, if we get to the end of this and we find out that none of them had to die and we could have rewritten it, then we have to feel the weight of the murder. But as of right now, there's no reason to not.
Yeah, that is the loophole in it, that they... I think, like, this is just a common, like, all death games do, is, like, they loophole it.
Mm-hmm.
And our loophole is, yeah, they died. Well, before it. We'll see as time goes on.
Winehouse will be back in business starting tomorrow.
Hey, we back at it, boys.
I've already gotten in contact with my gran, but the logistics and I sorted out all the orders required. All I have to do now is go to bed, but I keep futzing on my phone. That is such a word choice.
What's it? I was like,
Futzing.
I thought they were. I just skimmed it real quick, and I thought it said fidgeting.
Right. It's essentially what it means. Like you're like messing around on your phone, like aimlessly, not doing much. But like it's such a word choice. Futzing. I want to talk to my gran for a bit. Mainly because I have nowhere else to funnel all the feelings I've experienced in the past several weeks.
たまには甘えたっていい。めったに泣かなかった私に、おばあちゃんは口癖のように言ってたっけ。
Should be able to get away with it just for today. We end up talking a lot longer than anticipated.
Damn, they skip it? We don't even get a CG of your gran or hear her voice? Bruh.
She's not relevant. Irrelevant, Your Honor. Well, it was mostly her because she blabbed on about when I was still a baby. Okay, how? Again, relevance, Your Honor. Like, she's with her, like, sick and dying friend or whatever the fuck. And she's talking about when Rinka was a baby? What are you feeling, nostalgic? It was a topic she'd only touched on briefly before, about the time I was born. Apparently, my parents passed away in a fire immediately after my birth. The irony.
I read that and was like, bruh. Oh. Fate was like, your parents died in a fire? Bet. And then like,
you too, bitch.
Actually, that makes me feel bad for the gran. Imagine the Fate went through and she's like, your granddaughter's dead by a fire. Like an explosion, but she died by the fire. It's like,
It'd be so metal if the grandma just like locked herself in a room with like a can of gasoline and a match.
It's like
she's like, me too, me too.
your child, and I think it was the female. Like I think it was her daughter, not the other one's the son-in-law. But like your child and her husband died in a fire, and also your granddaughter, by the way.
Right.
Like years later, it's
only...
like, bruh.
Yeah, that's so tragic.
Yeah.
She doesn't remember much about what happened herself, by nature, both the shock and how busy she was at the time. Yeah, that's a trauma fog wall.
No.
I know what you're going to say. I hear it, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, but okay, but
Are you making it generational? Are you making it generational?
No. What I mean is like they're bringing this up for a reason, and we're dreaming about that other dude, and we just realized how divine fate works with memories and stuff. Like, what if this is, I don't know.
Yeah, what if there's something else that's pretty foggy in Grandma's memory?
Like, yo, it'll be messed up. It'd be like your mother or father or whoever, one of them, was a winner in divine selection. It was like, what?
This is the fate that you could look forward to.
Like, I don't know. It is such a, like...
They won and they still killed themselves in a fire.
Well, they died.
Because they couldn't handle it?
No. I don't think they killed themselves, but I think fate was like, we gave you this amount of time, we're taking it back, by the way. I only
Wouldn't
said
that just inherently mean that they lost in divine selection because their death went through? Isn't that the easier explanation?
I don't know. Because here's the thing. They said that us 12 would meet in a location and then something would happen. What if their divine selection was originally the same? They didn't die. I don't know. It is so weird. Yeah, I don't know. It could be unrelated. I don't know. It's just so, like, interesting that they're bringing up. I'm just throwing like, spitballs just to see.
Yeah, no, I don't think you're wrong. Like, I'm following the logic here of the parallel that it looks like they're throwing out randomly, but we just have to see. No one remembers the actual time my mom gave birth to me.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Oh my god, she was never meant to be here. Bro, she is on borrowed time. Fate's coming to collect. My dad probably would, but he's no longer here either.
Yeah, he died too in the fire.
According to her, I was found crying in the smoldering ruins of the fire, almost like I magically appeared out of the flames.
Wait, what?
She's Daenerys Stormborn. Mother of dragons, survivor of being burned alive.
Yo, bro, what is with her and fires? They just, like, appear and just ignore her. I mean, granted, we died at the start of the game from that fire, but technically we didn't die by the fire. We just...
It's asphyxiation.
Exactly.
We could have been fine. That child fucked us. We've never burned in our lives. Where's your proof?
I mean, she did say she was horribly burned, so...
But we could have lived those.
I don't know. It's like, what the fuck is it? We're her and fire, bro. Bro, hearing this story, and if I was her and hearing this story and being involved in 2 explosions, 3 technically, because she also was involved in the one at her school.
Oh, I would be shaking.
I'd be like, huh. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, but luckily our character is an idiot. And she won't connect any of this shit. For her, the dots are non-existent. Gran also doesn't remember when she came to learn my name.
What the
Bro!
fuck is this? Bro, that is weird.
What is happening? Everything was fucking eradicated, dude. What? This isn't even like a funny parallel anymore. This is just they are outright telling us some crazy shit and we're like, huh. Interesting. Wait. Now my brain told me something that's definitely not true, but what if? However, she does remember that my mom was the one to name me Rinka.
Okay, if we're...
That's nice.
Okay, if we're assuming... divine selection and they were in a similar situation, I think, and their death was undone, I think they did something to make sure we lived. And the reason she remembers our mother name was Rinka is because she did live for a while during divine selection, and it's that, again, like that deja vu, like with the father, that, like, literally with the father we were just talking about earlier. So, oh my god.
Yeah, shit's going down. As well as the meaning behind my name. It's gonna mean like rising phoenix or some shit. It all comes as quite a shock to me. Yeah, okay. That means we have a surviving functioning brain cell. The details of what happened were vague, but I was able to accept it, considering those who witnessed it were gone. I'm well aware of what it's like to spend your days in a daze after a traumatic event. That's true. See, this is the gaslighting thing that I was talking about, where like you feel like you remember some shit, but you really don't remember, and life tells you it's something else, and you're like, yeah, you're right, fuck it.
You're right.
My memory lapse, huh?
Yeah, you're right. Fuck it.
My memory lapse surrounding the events that led to becoming a participant in Divine Selection is proof of that. For my grand, this took place 16 years ago. It wouldn't be odd for something to trigger her memory, but as far as I'm concerned, there's no need for that to happen. I might have thought differently last month, but I'm not the same person as before.
でもどうしてこの話を
Oh, we're gonna hear the grand's voice?
There's a noticeable pause. She's usually the type to give a quick and concise answer, so it's rare for this to happen. Dude, we're in the simulation. We're just being yanked around in the Matrix. I hear her mulling it over for a moment before finally speaking up again. We then finish the conversation off with some small talk before hanging up.
Bro, what?
今日のおばあちゃんちょっと変だったな
Please. Like.
A person's life is a miracle in and of itself. I just want you to know that.
What the
I don't know. That is a rough thing to hear right now. After we've killed a man. That did nothing to answer the question. Why are you telling me all this now? Person's life is important. Okay.
Cool. Just answer the fucking
Right.
question.
She doesn't normally talk like that either. That was the first time I'd heard her say such a thing.
What the hell?
There's something about it, though. It set my heart ablaze. Can we stop with the fire references, please, God?
Fire's all around her. Her hair is golden strips. She's wearing a shirt literally with fire on it. And a clock. Like, fucking, why did you pick that shirt? You know, if I had that shirt and I was involved in this game, I would throw the shirt away. After hearing all this, I would be like, you know what? Fuck this shirt.
I know, me too. I'd be like, wow, what a reminder of the most traumatic time of my life to date. Wow, get rid of it.
Whoever got that shirt for you, either mate.
Yes! Yes! Come here, bastard! Give me information, you fucking freak! Oh, this is weird. I'm aware of what's going on in my dreams despite it not being Sunday. I've experienced this a number of times before. Not in the Court of Fate either. It's almost like another side of the dream world entirely. Okay, hold on. While we're here, I just want to pause, champ. Because now I feel like this stuff is making more sense because look at the dog clock. Was number 9 the guy whose life's regret was not having a dog?
I said that when I first saw it because of after him, but I didn't know enough about the regrets, and they look all so random that I couldn't piece it. But I'll go back and like fuck.
Cause then, yeah, let's look at what all the known regrets are so far and compare them to the clocks.
This is so hard. I can't see my mouse. Okay, now. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's 7. Scale is 9.
Damn. Okay, so they're not in order, but
But okay, hold
because
on.
one has diamonds on it, I bet you that has to do with Alan.
I guess, but
I don't know which one of those is supposed to represent the child's name, though. That's when it gets really fucking abstract, and I'm like, what do you mean by this? Triangles, and one of them looks like a piano to me, so I don't know if something's gonna be music related.
Yeah, that's what I went on the thought process of the clock with the thing, but I don't. After that, I was like, I can't tell because this doesn't make any sense.
I know some of them are a little too kaleidoscopic, but it's still the one specifically being like dog paws. I'm like, that's like so whatever. Anyway, it's not long before I hear a man's voice ring out.
お久しぶり。でもないね。もうそんなごたくはいらないかな。
He's such a cutie too. What a freak.
自分の運命と決着をつけた君に待ち受けているのはきっとより困難な道だろう。無限の可能性の中に君が道を作っていくんだ。君の命が奇跡を作っていくんだ。それは決して
If you're telling me I'm railroaded, then why even bring it up?
He's bored. He doesn't have anything to do here.
君たち人間の意志の力というものだろうか。私はようやく興味を持ち始めたさ。おっと、無駄話はいいね。私が君の夢に顔を出すことが一体何を意味するのか。
No.
君はもう分かっ
Not
ている
even a
のだろ
little.
う。君の忘却がまた一つ紐解かれるということさ。
Please, yes.
Memory.
Please do.
The only thing I can
So
think
far,
of is
you're like.
the only thing I can think of is like when we were a baby, but like, cause that's the only relevant thing we just remember or fucking got.
Right. Yeah, we are something weird entirely. But also, this man is like the most interesting character in the whole game by far because we get nothing about him, but he keeps saying shit as if we're supposed to know. Like, imagine the replay of this. Like, he's gonna sound so fucking snarky when we actually know. We're gonna be like, bitch! I feel my consciousness fade once again. No! His grating voice gradually fades into the distance as I fall deeper into the sea of my subconscious. No!
Poof. Come on, give us that memory. What is this memory?
He's so pretty, too.
Oh my god, what is with flames?
Oh, good. I love trauma. Are we gonna have our baby memories now of the first time we were burned alive? Let's go. Let's drop in. Flames envelop me. Flames powerful enough to to flake the skin from my bones.
But they don't even touch me, because, at one point, it would be, like, either, I would say, the far away from fire, even if it was, like, a small match. Or I would think I'm a firebender or some shit, I don't know. Because Jesus Christ.
Right? Holy. Like, wow, I always knew I had powers. My skin is charred, my lungs destroyed by the smoke.
What?
My life turns to ash. My inability to move, even my fingers, tells me as much. Amazing. Yeah. Yeah. I hear someone shouting. They're shouting the same thing over and over. The voice is eventually swallowed up by the roaring flames.
Barbecue, they're screaming barbecue.
Eggplant. I feel foul for that. I didn't feel good about that one. I'm crying now. My consciousness has dissipated by the time their voice fades completely. Oh, Burton. Hello.
Ah. You know the rules, and so do I.
Wow.
Say goodbye.
Shut up. Another morning where I wake up screaming. Yeah, unlike the morning where we killed a woman and we felt great. Or a child. I don't remember which one we slept great after. I think it was the woman.
Yeah, after her elimination, we were like, ah, damn, that is sleep. Oof.
But now we wake up screaming.
Because we felt such a kinship with her, because we lost our mother.
I hate it here. This time, it's due to a frightful dream. How so?
Cat.
Oh, good. The cursed cat. What are you? Oh, I should have paid more attention to the dude's design. What if that's him? Fuck! I didn't take a screenshot of him. It's fine. I noticed Leth lying right on top of me. Yes, I think things over. What do you mean, poor cat? What do you mean, poor cat? What are you trying to say to me? It feels like this has happened before. I figured that the contents of my dream are my memories of a specific event. Memories of when I lost my life in an explosion on the train. Oh, no, I don't think that was the time, actually, honey. I think... memories of an event that had been undone. One that represented just a single possibility. Up until now, anyway. I'm not 100% sure why. Perhaps the world underwent some changes after my recent actions. There's no clear answer for now, at least. Okay, she's figuring it out. Which may mean they're the memories of a much earlier time. You were literally days old. It's possible they came back to me after what my gran told me over the phone. Something doesn't quite fit, though. I understood what was happening in my dream. There's no way a newborn would be able to form such vivid memories. Yeah, if you were normal. That's an excellent question. I have a headache. Fuck you. Nah, he's gotta be the cat. The way that cat fucking just looks at us is that same shit. Nah, can we go back? Can we...
Nah.
Which I just... It's fine. I'm fine. The only response I get is less meow. Throws my concentration off a bit. So I end up petting Leth for a bit before going about my morning routine.
Doesn't trust the cat anymore.
I never did! Mao and I go to the rooftop during lunchtime. My dream woke me up pretty early, so I had enough time to make my own lunch.
Oh, yeah.
Meanwhile, Mao is eating a fruit sandwich, anpan, and strawberry milk to wash it all down. Classic. Classic Mao. I feel my heart clog just looking at that lineup. So she says before she starts to munch away.
Hom, hom, hom.
Haru didn't come to school today. I was a bit worried at first, considering this happened right after we had our little fight, but she did message me, telling me not to worry. Granted, telling me that without explaining the situation is going to make me do the opposite. Oh, sexy. I know it's best if I stay put, though. The last thing I want is to mess things up for her while she's dealing with Scala and Federico. I make plans to hit the library with Naomi after school. I wasn't sold on the idea when I first asked her, but I figure our school's old enough to have some potentially worthwhile information hidden somewhere. Of course, I've still got to work at Lionhouse as well, so the plan is to grab a number of books related to design and such and borrow them.
イータン、また難しい顔してる。
なあ、ごめんごめん。
I get started on my own lunch after Mouse snaps back to reality. Not accustomed to making my own lunch, but it's pretty good, all things considered. Spending time like this, eating and chatting with Mao, helps me realize that I haven't lost my regular life yet.
ねえ、イータンさ。
Mao cuts off the small talk all of a sudden. Her tone grows far more reserved than usual. We were in the middle of half-heartedly discussing a shoujo manga, but I make sure I give her my full attention now.
イータンやミハルン、ナオリンがみんなで何をしてるかって知らないし、はぶられてるわけじゃないから、どうでもいいんだけどさ。
Damn, she feels left out.
ゴールデンウィークが明けてから、ずーっとみんなの様子が変なのは分かってるけどさ。
They're involved in a complicated triangle, which Rinka's not even where she's in. It's fine.
It's fine.
映画とカラオケとボーリングと水族館に遊びに行く約束もなくなっちゃったりしてたけどさ。
ボーリングと水族館が増えてるよ。
Hey, wait a minute.
いやー、次に持ち越し的な。したいことはいっぱいあった方がいいし。
Mao hesitates before she continues.
いいや、ここまで。話の腰折られたし。
Oh, girl.
やめとこ。
She's fine, whatever.
Both of us not in agreement.
どうせほとんど毎日ずーっと顔合わせるんだもんね。
Damn. Following that, we return to our small talk. The discussion continues even after the bell rings and we make our way back to class. Having taken the day off from school, Miharu finds herself in one of Shinjuku's expansive parks.
Oh.
It is a park near Lionhouse, a park dear to Rinka.
Of course you know that.
Rinka isn't the one with her, though.
かあ、来ちまったな。運命の終着点ってのによ。
What do you mean by that? Ma'am?
いつからここがその場所だと気づいていたんだい？
はあ？
気づくわけはねえだろ。調べたんだよ。あの時計台はこの国じゃ珍しいからな。そう時間はかからなかったさ。
I think they mean the final destination where they mean. Wait.
Yeah, but then why do they know? Because I thought that was something that was revealed to us on the sly outside of what was going on.
You think we were only ones that saw? Okay, maybe it's different. Maybe because they saw it, but the reason she doesn't know is because she's not from Japan. So all she saw was a park with a clock tower. She's like, the fuck? I don't know the area here. So I think that's it.
What do you mean saw? Saw? What are you talking about?
You remember when they showed us the final destination of where we're all supposed to meet?
No. And even if they did, I thought that was the guy god on the side when he was like...
No, it was Parka. We just saw the guy on the side because he was telling us we're going to gain a memory back, and then we remembered the first time we met Parka. And Parka explaining the rules and telling us about where we must meet at the end and showing us the park.
Oh. Wait, so then why does it matter? If everyone knows that, why are people killing each other? Like, this so stupid.
They say once the game is over, you're supposed to meet here. So they know that once the game is over, we meet here. They're just still on the situation that only one will stand and end up at the park. They're still on the assumption only one can come here at the end.
Alright. Weird, go on.
さすがの君も勘だけで見知らぬ土地を当てられるわけはないね。くせ、おかしな質問をしてしまったよ。
Great question.
What the
This is a cute little...
Why are they suddenly just buddying? What is going on? What is happening?
This is the splintering. This is how it... This is... It's happening.
Turns out she was never our ally. She's like plotting to destroy us next.
Oh, good. Both Miharu and Alda set their eyes on the clock tower in the distance as they talk, and neither bothers to sit down. The situation would come as no surprise to those who know Alda well enough. Miharu was making her way to school as always when Alda showed up all of a sudden.
Oh.
Oh, so that's why. So she was gonna go to school. She ran into Alda and then she's like, never mind. All that followed was a simple request for Miharu to come with her before dragging her along by force. While that made it obvious how she must have treated Federico, Miharu still finds herself on edge. Her own wariness would prove meaningless, though. Bet just wanted to visit an art gallery.
What does that have to do with us? Oh, Miharu.
Miharu I don't know. She wanted a local. I don't know. Girl talk. What can I say? Miharu figured that denying her proposition would require too much effort, so she opted to join her. They didn't go for the standard displays, however. Their sights were set on the seasonal art exhibition. It focused on easily one of the most famed artists of all time, Van Gogh. Miharu isn't too familiar with the arts. She subscribes to the belief that expanding one's knowledge should take precedence over enjoying others' creations.
That's why you're boring. Anyways.
Yeah, I would say learning about Van Gogh is expanding your knowledge because he was insane. Man's had a really fucking tragic life, and who just cuts off their ear, bro?
Your ear never bothered you enough. You're like, oh god, I gotta get rid of this thing.
Well, everything bothers me enough where I'm like, just get it off me, but that's besides the point. I don't do it. This school of thought clearly doesn't apply to Audette. There was a look of nostalgia in her eyes when she was taking in his works. It was a complete contrast to her hearty self. While born in Holland, Van Gogh spent most of his days in France. Many of his paintings used France as their motif, too. Miharu wasn't convinced that the look on Odette's eyes was fueled solely by memories of her homeland, though.
That's French?
What?
She's French?
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh no, welcome. I know I've said it before, but I think I only said it once. Because I was like, okay, we have a French, an Italian, some Japanese, a Russian, an Indian. Like, we were all hitting all over the globe. Odette eventually stopped in front of a painting of a farm village entitled The Harvest. She spent over 30 minutes staring at it. It was almost as if she had lost herself in the painting. Miharu made no attempt to speak to her during that time. She had every opportunity to leave, but she never took it. She never was able to figure out what Odette was thinking. However, that moment made Odette feel truly human to her. It was the same sensation as when she learned of the compassion she showed to Sonia.
意外だったろ。私があんな風に絵を見るなんてよ。
ああ。
そうだね。君の知識が幅広いことは知っていたけれど、芸術はもっと斜に構えて見るのかと思っていた。でも、君はまるで子供のような目をしていたね。
当たり前だ。優れた芸術の前じゃ誰だって今を忘れちまう。
Okay. Odette casts her eyes to the sky as she speaks. Gentle breeze floats past us, bringing with it a murder of crows.
What the hell?
Oh, good. It's a great omen, I think, actually. Odette's choice of words leads Miharu to a certain idea.
君は自分の未練が僕たちに知られそうになっていることに気づいている。
Why would you say that?
まさかその件で僕を。
I mean, she knows that they're all working against her, but still, it's like.
ああ、そうさ。私の未練が割れそうになっていることはもう分かってる。フェデリーコのやつもそろそろ死因に思い当たってるだろう。
Oh, she's fishing. She's fishing. She's too good. She's too good, bro. Because no matter what Miharu does here, it's gonna give her her answer.
そこで一番話しやすそうな僕ということかい？交渉。いや、それは君らしくない。
Miharu fires a glare at Odette. She's on high alert now. At the same time, her alarm serves to trigger her nerves.
いや、てめえをどうこうするつもりはねえよ。私にとっちゃ、女神の選定なんてのは所詮ゲームだ。勝ったら生きる、負けたら死ぬ。
So true.
もう罪だってんなら、せめてそれまで楽しめればそれでいいさ。
君が脱落させた人はそんなつもりではなかったと思う。ソフィアも。
Yeah, yeah. As the one that eliminated her? Probably not. I was like, you who threatened a child, you took that child's life. What do you mean? That same child.
Miharu trails off, shaking her head. Odette and Federico may have been the ones who led Sophia to her elimination, but it was Miharu who ultimately carried it out. Her reasoning, however important it may be to her, will never change that fact.
君は行きたくないのかい？
そんなわけねえだろ。楽しいことは多い方がいいに決まってる。だがよ、私の未練は決して叶うもんじゃねえ。だったら死んだって別に構わない。私にとっては
Yeah, she sure does live like
人
that.
生
I'm
で
not
すらゲームみたい
surprised.
なもんだ。
Wait, why does she think... What is her regret that she can't... Huh.
どんなにレベルを上げても現実じゃ何も変えられねえからな。
ならやはり僕の抱えていた違和感は正しかったということだね。
もったいぶるつもりもねえ。メイドの土産なんてわけでもねえが。
She's giving up?
私の生まれはゴッホの収穫のような風景が続く時代遅れの田舎だったのさ。
Thank you for the hydrate. Oh, this is so pretty. I hate it here. It's gonna get so fucked. It's gonna get so fucked. I can feel your finger on that button, Burton. Oh. Earth to Bleach.
I'm taking a screenshot. This just wasn't
It took
cooperating.
you so fucking long.
It wasn't cooperating with me.
Odette shares the story of her past with Miharu. Miharu takes it all in. There's no hint of sentimentalism as Odette reveals both her past and regret. In fact, it sounds the same as if she were telling an inconsequential story. Miharu finds herself unable to say anything for a while, even after Odette finishes. Well, tell me the damn story! Don't fucking scam me now! They really just duct taped me to the cuck chair and said, you will sit there. There's no easy way to sum up what she's just heard. As a fellow woman, harsh doesn't begin to describe it. You'll know when you're older, Burton.
What? Wait. I think I've lost her right. Wait, what the fuck? What is... Okay. What does that mean? And what... Okay. There are word choices. Okay.
The first thing to emerge is criticism toward herself. Odette lets out a hearty laugh when she hears that.
同情してくれてんのかい？
ただ君にかける言葉を持たないだけさ。
Odette's complete lack of emotion toward her own past strikes fear in the heart of Miharu. Shows no sign of either sadness or anger. Odette is a broken soul. That's how Miharu feels. The reality that her regret would elude her for her entire life likely took its toll on Odette over a long, long period of time.
なぜ僕に君の話を？
てめえは強さの意味を履き違えちゃいないからだ。
意味がわからないよ。
Make the world start coming and it won't stop coming and it won't stop coming and it won't stop coming and it won't stop. Why are you like this?
What? I don't know what that entails, but I'll get on that.
You don't know the song and they won't stop coming and they won't stop coming and they won't stop.
What I mean is,
but
you
like,
just want you just want the song to play. So you just want that.
If you
song
have
to...
better details than that, just DM the details and we'll cook it. By we, I mean Bleach. I don't do shit here. Just to make it not stop coming. Yeah, you're right. So true. Miharu gives up trying to follow Odette.
I don't know. Okay.
The concept of enjoying oneself holds more meaning than is imaginable. Miharu understands that much. She gets the hidden meaning behind doing what one can to enjoy the present. That's why she can't figure Odette out.
スケールは次の選定でてめえを指名する。
Wait, what?
奴はてめえとリンカが仲違いしてないことなんざ。おそらく気づいているだろう。その上で泳がせていたってわけだ。
I'm sorry, what?
8度目の選定じゃ、フェデリーコが私を指名、スケールがてめえを指名で2人の脱落。てめえからアランの死因のカードを取得すれば、スケールの目的は達成される。ま、用済みってわけだな。
なんだって？
Miharu fails to hide her surprise at Odette's sudden claim. Not over the idea that Scale is done with her, though.
彼が僕の未練のカードを持っているのは知っている。けれども、いつの間に僕の死因まで。
I feel like your cause of death is the easiest, curly pop.
抜け目ないことがあだになったってことだ。てめえが手首を隠し続けていること。それ自体の答えだ。
Oh my god.
See, this is what. No, I'm not even gonna finish that. That was a curse. We're gonna. It's fine. That's really unfortunate, though. That's. Yeah.
そんな。
Well, that kind of confirmed what we were thinking from the beginning, but...
Oh, Miharu rubs her wrist on reflex. Oh. Whenever Miharu wore long sleeves, they seemed to be intentionally longer than usual, and when with short sleeves, she wore gloves. And that she does so to keep her wrists concealed, even when stretching out her arms.
That's why... Oh, I was wondering why she switched to gloves. I thought because she burned herself. No, because it just hit the season where they're wearing the warmer clothes.
Right, they stopped wearing warmer clothes, yeah.
like no, they had to like wear shorter stuff. So before she was wearing long sleeve. Oh my god, I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Cases where one might be able to get a peek, she would use her bag, card book, and even her other hand to keep them concealed.
てめえは所詮思春期のガキだ。手首に傷を作るなんて珍しくはないだろう。そこから連想したことと身辺調査で死因を見つけるなんてのは難しいことじゃね
え。Really just said that so flat out. She was so raw for that. Oh my god.
なんとか喫茶だっけか。てめえがアルバイトしている場所の制服では手袋の着用が認められている。これは飲食店としちゃ稀だ。あいつはそれを確かめるためにもてめえのアルバイト先まで顔を出したんじゃねえのか。
That's why he went there. Oh my god. He's been like planning this. Oh my god. See, I told you he was a dark horse. Damn. But I guess this whole... Oh my god. If he is about this whole justice thing, he's probably like, oh, she's a necessary sacrifice. Oh my god. This is crazy. Anyways.
全部お見通しってわけか。怖いな。
私の些細な判断から未練までたどり着いたやつが何を言ってやがる。
しかしやはり不可解だ。どうしてスケールに狙われていることを教えてくれたんだい。君の脱落の原因となる僕も脱落した方が君は楽しいのではないかな。
何言ってる。私はな、てめえに自分の弱さを見抜かれて気持ちいいくらいに感じている。スケールは人の弱みに敏感だ。だからこそ情報収集もできてるわけだが、てめえは似ているようで違う。私は好きだぜ、てめえのこと。恋愛的な意味でな。
Wait, what the hell? Where did this come? I am.
Wait. Ma'am. Please do not. The high schooler. Please, ma'am. Please.
You can't just say, I love you, kid. I mean that romantically.
I really?
You can't just say that.
I can't. Please. Do not.
What the
I can't. I'm sorry. No, I was so on board and then left field. That's beyond left field. That came out of the fucking depths. I don't even... Is that what the ocean does to people? What is this? What are you talking about?
Wow. That was a sucker punch and a half.
Like, she doesn't even pretend. She literally says, kid, I can't. Please get this off of my screen. Please hit next.
No, I'm taking a screenshot. Hold on.
No. I don't want to be here. What does it mean? Like, it can't, it's not real. But,
てめえは人の弱さに敏感だった。そこに惚れちまったってわけよ。
What?
もっとも4度目の選定で出し抜かれた時から気になってはいたんだ。
What is wrong with you? Like, there has been a lot wrong with you the whole time, but what is wrong with you? She's like digging the hole deeper.
そんな相手に生き残ってもらいたいってのはてめえもよくわかる感情だろ。
What?
They could have done this without the
She's gotta be full of shit.
いきなり何を言い出すんだい。冗談はやめてくれないか。
Miharu loses her composure due to Odette's sudden confession.
Me too, fam.
She pouts a tad, averting her eyes from Odette, who continues after that. Can we not?
冗談じゃねえさ。てめえも私も弱いんだ。弱い奴らは惹かれ合うんだよ。
Am I hearing?
This is some layers of stuff happening.
Now I'm upset that they didn't tell us what her trauma was, because what the fuck stunted her so bad that she's like, God, like, I have my guess. I
want to put this image in your Hall of Fame.
This? Okay.
No, not this. The one I took.
Oh, put it there yourself.
それに私はどっちもいける口だ
Let me say this clear.
顔も体も好みな部類だ。その点じゃ
That's not the problem with what you're saying!
Wait, Federico? Wait, that doesn't even matter. But, like... That's not the issue. Cool for you. You know what? I could have guessed as much. It's the fine with the age part that's... I'm like...
Like, now I can't tell if she's also calling him... I think she's just saying that he's bi too, but it's making him sound like he's also a predator.
He actually did hit on her too.
Oh, you're right. Oh, what the fuck?
That's why they were...
Get me out of here! Why?
That's why they were fast friends, I don't know.
Mom, I threw up. Oh. Oh. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
仮に君が本気で言っていたとしても受け入れられないさ。僕が愛するのはリンカだけだからね。
True, and not the problem.
I was about to say, like, yes, but, like, not the issue at hand with this happening.
その片思いってのも弱い証拠だよな。言っておくがよ。多分あの女にその気はないぜ。
Again! Not the problem!
I just like the thought he's
she
like...
really said, honey, she's not gay. Wow.
やめてくれ。そういうんじゃないんだ。
Bullshit, but okay.
わかってるよ。
I don't like this girl talk. Odette follows her sarcasm up with a serious expression. The sun switch frightens Miharu a bit, but she takes every effort to show her own fortitude in the face of it.
好きになった奴がいるなら、そいつを悲しませるな。言っているようにわかるな。
痛いほど。
Miharu nods while answering. She made the decision to offer her life for Rinka's sake. Yet she knows that decision will not result in Rinka's happiness.
しかし、このままフェデリーコに指名されるのも面白くね。振られちまった借りを返してもらうためにも、一つ協力してもらうぜ。
What? Wait, is this her way of saying that she has a useful card?
Maybe. Oh my gosh.
Still, I hate the way she's going about it. Audette explains her plan without waiting for a response. While the idea takes Miharu by surprise, she nods in agreement.
それでこそだ。てめえにだからこそ頼めるってもんだ。
Oh, I think I know what's gonna happen. I think she's going to eliminate Scar. Scar? What's his name? What the fuck is his name? Scale. Whatever. But she's going to reveal her cards because she's going to die anyway, so she's going to get priority, eliminate him, and then she's free to eliminate Odette.
Yeah.
And the only way Scale can counter is if he reveals all three of her cards, because she's already gone. So she doesn't care if she reveals all three right then and there to get priority.
Yeah. Yeah, wow.
That's if she has all three of her cards and his cards. Oh my god.
さてと。てめえは最後まで地獄に来るんじゃねえぞ。
Oh, honey, you're extra going to hell now.
当然さ。地獄でも天国でも
I'm
ない。
so sad because you were so
民家の
hot.
隣に行くだけさ。
Why do these visual novels always do this to me? Like, I can't win. There's no way ever for me to win at anything. There's no enjoyment
You know what's
ever.
the funniest
Is this a
part?
life lesson? Is this a life lesson? Is like, how dare you look for like good things in your fantasy when reality will never get there?
No, you know what's the funniest part about this?
It's not funny.
You saying that? The way we find out she's bi is by her loving Haru.
Stop.
Nice
Just
color.
stop. Just stop. It's not funny.
It's funny to me.
It's not, I know it's funny to you, and I'm so happy for you. Also, the weird Federico drop, which was totally irrelevant. But also, I called that too. Way the fuck at the beginning, I called that. When we first switch perspectives and we meet Federico and Odette, I called that shit. So I hate it. Just move on. Keep going. Just click the button. Click the damn button. Get me out of here.
やけるね。じゃあばよ。
Leaving Miharu with those final words, Odette walks off. Mom, I threw up. Miharu collapses onto a nearby bench in an effort to calm herself down because she was low-key just assaulted. Sorry. When she settles down, she remains there until sunset. Odette's comments about weakness leave her deep in thought. You know what? I just had an idea of how you could cook Burton's thing.
I think we should.
And we should stop there. Yeah. Please get me out of here. I can't. Hopefully, I'll forget all of that happened in the next 2 days when we come back on Thursday, probably. Hopefully, I just trauma fog wall that shit and we just don't remember any of it. Because so, I can't.
anyways.
No! No! No!
What?
I saw the swap!
What?
I saw
What?
it!
What?
No!
What?
It went from bad to worse! I hate it!
What? It's
No!
fine. We're fine.
No!
What? I don't know where you're
No! No! No, it has the words! It literally, it's front and center! It's like right there! I'm trying to actively forget!
Eh, anyways, did you enjoy today?
I did until I didn't.
It was definitely a time.
Overall, I still feel very positive leaning. But this is... I don't know why. Every single visual novel ever has to do something that just makes me go, that was disgusting and wholly unnecessary. It added
100%
nothing to the story, the quality of the story, or change in relationships at all. It could have been written differently and it would have been the same. But this is what they chose. Every time, every single time, we have not gotten away with one. Not even a one. Why?
That was out of left field, I will admit, but I will say I'm trying to defend the other visual novels. This one I feel like is the most like that wasn't necessary. At least with like Happy Mahara, I feel like her backstory explains why she did what she did. Then there's what's it called? What's the other one we played? 7 Days. Well, 7 Days, I feel like not really. It's just the ending we hated. They didn't do anything like. I guess that counts. If you want to count it.
That's true. I definitely, yes, yeah. And then, okay, but I feel like I still had this moment during fashioning Little Miss Lonesome too.
Yes, because of her plan to entrap them. That.
So, I'm just 7 Days was a beautiful anomaly, and I think it simply just has to do with the fact that just I don't even think love was even supposed to be on the table. It was quite literally just that one's route.
Yeah, and I feel like
it kind of was, but it was such a side quest angle. It was more like just letting these girls live out their regrets. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's wild. It's been wild. There's something about the love genre where they're just like, yeah, all right, bet.
And it's not even
like
safe
drama?
based on straight or not. It's in all of them.
Yeah, nowhere is safe.
You want your Yuri safe? No.
Outside of, I know. I heard it, I saw it, I was there. Outside of that, let's take that completely out of the equation because we're both in agreement of what the fuck. I'm very still positive leaning, but I'm definitely like it's losing points with me a little bit the way they've been writing a lot of the stuff more recently, especially today, because there were a lot of story pieces that both you and I would have liked to have heard that they completely glossed over. And it doesn't seem to be for any particular reason, like it's not exactly going to be revealed later.
I think maybe Odette's one, hers might be revealed later. Maybe. Because if we see her elimination, they can also fuck us up with that.
Do a flashback. Yeah.
Maybe.
I just...
But
yeah.
I feel like the only reason they will say more is because their wording. She said, as a woman, I can't, like, why specifically as a woman, and then she said that I can't criticize Rinka anymore. So it's like those two word choices, I feel like they'll expand on it more. The thing with the grandmother, it's more iffy to me, but I feel like they just, it was padded, I guess, for her. I feel like there's a way they could have did that better, but it's just one of those, like, they didn't want the grandmother or something. I don't know.
Yeah, like they could have told the story without needing another voice actress and another image. Like they could have just done the thing where like Rinka's recount. Yeah, I don't know. They could have made it work, and I feel like they just didn't. And so I'm not a fan of that.
I don't know
if it's not bad, but it's making it lose points for me in the grand. So I am overall still very positive leaning, but they're showing a bit more of their hand here towards the end, where it's I'm assuming we're getting towards the end where it's feeling a little more rushed or like they're skipping over stuff.
I feel like they did, like, I don't know, maybe it's me, it's like, and I hope they don't do this same thing with Alan at the end, but they like build it with you so much that I don't know if it is actually time constrained or if it's like they don't have the time given in story to give the others build up. Because the way they wrote it is the reason Scale is in the picture is only because I don't think it.
He's the shakeup. He's the thing that's starting the build into the climax.
Yeah, I don't think it doesn't work. I think it's just like if it was polished a little, like they don't even have to. With the time they had, I feel like they could have maybe. Because again, like Scale shows up when he did, perfectly timed. And how he's going to eliminate her. It's like, it works. But it's like, there's these moments, like with Odette and with the grandmother, they had to explain it. But they didn't know how, so they did it a little rush. It's like, only those moments.
Yeah, they just shoved it in there. Like,
it's
we need you to know this information and we're running out of time, here you go.
It's still flowing fine, it's just that I don't think they were sure how to do those moments. Because even her spilling her guts to her telling her regret, because if it's part of her plan, it makes sense. And I'm willing to forgive them blocking us from that because it might come up later. If it comes out later and it's good, then it's fine. I still don't think they needed to add that she was in love with her.
Me neither.
Even if I'm like
relevance, Your Honor.
Even if we did even if like we're being generous and saying she's of age.
Trolling.
No. Of age.
Oh, you think she's like a senior, so
again, they never said the ages, so I don't and there's no and there's no card in the beginning with her like, oh, everyone's here is 18, so whatever.
Yeah, because there's no sauce,
So yeah.
so you don't need that.
So because of that, I got on the assumption it's high school. I think I don't
What is
know
high school?
high school in Japan.
Yeah.
I think 16, 17, 18.
Right, those are the three.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
and I could be
yeah.
wrong, it's probably like the age. This is also the crazy part, is even if I were to accept like the age being like of consent in Japan, they're going by that, 16.
Oh god. Ugh.
I think it's 16, or is it 18 still? Either way, even if it
I
is
don't
16
remember.
and it's whatever, she's French. So
yeah, there's not a real good way to go about just
she isn't Japanese,
like,
she's French.
mentally for me. I'm going to completely write off everything that she said as like she's just adding sauce to the pan for shits and giggles, but she's not serious.
For me, it
Because
just doesn't.
she wanted to like connect what it was she was saying so that Miharu would like get on board. Like for me, in my own headcanon, it's a form of manipulation because I really don't I'm not appreciative of the fact I don't.
I feel like
I'm coping. Let me cope.
no. What I'm gonna say, I feel like she could have came with the same results if she just said, because she kept comparing them that they're weak. They're like, it could have been coming from a place where she sees herself as her. Because I think that's
Right,
what
like
they're.
the Alan thing.
Yeah, because I think they're doing that with Alan, how he sees herself in Rinka.
Yeah.
So I think that's what they're gonna do with them. I swear to God, if they pull the same shit again, I'll be like, what the fuck? Because it's gonna get into what I said before stream, where it's like, can it just not be romantical? Can people like whatever? Anyways,
I'm also so curious what's in Miharu's background that makes it so fucking obvious
I think
that she self-deleted, because all they've given us thus far is that her parents are divorced, and we've been suspecting this whole time that her at-home life is shit, like really bad, because she refuses to let anyone come over, which is usually a huge sign of something going on.
so.
Right. So
I
there's
think
there's a lot going on there, but I'm curious how it looks on paper that if people look up her background, they're like, oh yeah, she clearly self-deleted.
if I had to guess, because Rinka, she guessed as much. That's why we figured again it was self delete the first time, because of what Rinka said. She didn't go in specific, but she said she knew by the way she
we all
answered it.
knew.
So it's obvious. I think it's because in her records, she's probably been to the hospital before from an attempt.
Oh. You think?
Or it could have been the similar situation. Because if I'm going to be generous to her, I don't think she ended her life purposely. I think she just cut too deep.
One
or
of those
something.
accidental
Yes.
ones, yeah.
So, and I think maybe on her record, she almost did it before. She cut too deep or too much, and it almost took her life, if I had to guess. So, seeing that on her record and seeing that she wears long sleeves and stuff, I don't think it would be that hard to, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot still to be curious about There's a lot that we weren't curious about that we were overshared with, for sure. Could have lived without some of that information that we've learned today. Actually, I would have lived a lot better not knowing a lot of the information we learned today.
Yeah, I would.
But
I just need to know, like, I don't know. It is what it is, but I don't really care in the end. It's not gonna help that she's probably gonna be gone soon anyway, so whatever.
yeah.
And
this feels like a last-ditch effort to humanize her as well before she kicks the bucket, which she has seemed more human for a while. Like, she just seems unhinged, but she has seemed human, whereas opposed to Alan, who is actively doing, like, unnecessarily fucked up shit. So then when they started to humanize him, I was mad about it, but here feels incredibly like you need to feel about a type of way about her right now because she's going to be gone. I'm like, oh.
See,
I see.
The thing is, I feel like
Thank you for switching the image, by the way.
Yeah, I feel like they weren't confident enough for us to believe that of why she's telling this, and like, but I feel like it's believable. I don't know if it's a lack of confidence that she wouldn't say this information unless it was like she was in love with her. I don't know, but I don't know, like the reason she's coming to her, telling her all this, spilling her heart, is because she cares about her a lot. I think that's where we're going with, which
again, wild and so out of left field.
Again, I'm forgetting the ages, because they've never said an age either way, so I'm, again, get benefit of the doubt.
I know, but like, they have not interacted hardly at all. They've had a total of like 2 meetings.
Yeah,
so like, it's just hard to like if we take all of that and all technicalities out of it, that was just a weird thing to hear.
Yeah,
that was left field. And then you add the like on top of that, and you're like, what the fuck? But,
yeah, minus that, it's like we're supposed to believe that she fell in love at first sight, which,
right?
Again,
you don't fucking know her. Yeah, there's something there. It has to be like she's drawn so many parallels, like, we're the same, I love you, and it's like, bruh. You are grasping at straws, my guy.
Which, I don't know. It's one of those, really? Are you guys that? I don't know.
Welcome to the world where we are all touch-starved, I guess. Fuck. She'd be on that boat for 10,000 years. Man.
Maybe it's because I don't see her like that type of character, and for her to be like that, like, yeah, and it's like, okay.
I can see her being a slut. I can't see her being like romantically involved.
I can see her romantically involved and maybe like, yeah, but I don't think it would be from that like love at first sight. I feel like she
you started screwing around with people and they grew on you.
Yeah, like if she was interested, I don't know, in maybe Federico, maybe it would make more sense, but I don't see her liking Federico. But she's like,
nah, he's too beta.
Yeah, like, I could see her maybe liking Alan, but that would again be like over time. I don't see her as a type that would be like I said, love at first sight and just like, oh, let me tell you all this.
Yeah, so in my headcanon, it's gonna be a form of manipulation. Not real. Lies. It was lies. It was a joke, bro. It's just a joke. A really shitty joke.
As she gets handcuffed, it was just a prank, bro.
It was just a prank. I didn't mean it.
Okay. Anyways, let's get this raid started.
So true. Where are we going?
Let's go to Shai's.
Oh, you did it. I didn't have to do it. Slay. Oh boy. Alrighty, gamers. Thursday, probably. We go again.
Again.
Work on. Yeah. Do that Men in Black flash yourself thing.
Nah. Remember this always. Anyways, bye.